What's up, you guys? So look, Arcane research predicts 700 million Lightning Network users by 2030. If that's the case, with TRON, TRX, and BitTorrent already doing 5 times the volume of PayPal, what do you think's going to happen when pensions get involved and markets that most of us haven't even thought of, when it becomes acceptable for altcoins to dabble in cryptocurrencies, to be involved in people's futures deeper than anyone ever dreamed? What do you think that would do for the price? Comment down below if you like the thought of that. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for being here. I appreciate you very much. Let's do a lightning round flash through the news, and we'll talk about Arcane research predicts 700 million Lightning Network users by 2030. That is a ton of users. Arcane research says that the Lightning Network usage has been on a steep upward trajectory since last year, but in September, the growth went parabolic off the back of El Salvador's Bitcoin adoption. See, that's another thing that I think is going to be huge for Tron because, as I've said before, I believe they're going to be able to, as being the first there, issue some licensing to other crypto businesses that, quite frankly, I don't think anyone else is going to be able to issue. I think they're going to have a good deal with the El Salvadorian government that's going to put Tron in a very unique position, and this is going to help the mainstream growth, create a tax-free trading zone within El Salvador that will require licenses for cryptocurrencies to be able to benefit by having an actual presence within the country. One of the things, of course, will likely be cheap labor, but there are a lot of different things that can be leveraged when you're dealing with third world. I believe Panama is going to be next. They will adopt, in my opinion, Bitcoin as their currency, and there will be a lot more to come. But so the research of unit of Arcane Crypto predicts the Lightning Network will go parabolic as the adoption of Bitcoin Layer 2 payment protocol ramps up over the next decade. I added the word next myself, I know. Arcane Research published the State of Lightning report on Tuesday and analyzed the Lightning Network in terms of currency capacity, wallet payment volume, the growing rate of adoption, and the switch from online services to everyday usage. The report provides ambitious estimates for the future of the Lightning Network, such as 90% of Salvadorians over the age of 15 having access to Lightning payments by 2026, and 50 million Lightning users representing 17 billion in annualized payments for things like remittances and household expenditures by 2030. Arcane sees gaming, like I always say, gaming, GameFi, DeFi. Huge, 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 you guys. Anything that's, well, quite frankly, the internet term is not a great one, but anything that's sticky, that's like a water cooler that makes people just keep coming back for more, keeps them returning because they enjoy it. It creates an emotional gratification to the end user. Anything like that, and games do that. DeFi is going to do that. NFT is going to do that. This is going to help Tron and BitTorrent big time because they're a natural fit for these sort of processes. Arcane sees gaming and streaming video and audio as a major use case for Lightning, with streaming companies such as Spotify or Netflix able to utilize the network for microtransactions to offer pay per minute or pay per second streaming services, representing an enormous chance to onboard new Lightning users. It forecasts 700 million users in these categories by 2030, using an estimate of 1 hour per day. These are like, they're like mini banks. There's so many different angles to this, you guys. So Tron, in essence, with BitTorrent, is also like a mini bank, and with 5 times the volume of PayPal already. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up. It's very easy to find. Imagine what's going to happen as they grow and become really, like a lot of these companies, a virtual bank. Because when you're processing that many transactions, when you have your hand in one of the most lucrative industries, which is, in essence, if you strip it down, banking, but new age banking, and you have your hand in casino, games, NFT, you're basically swimming in the waters that most people want to be in, that most people want to dream in. You just got to be patient and let them scale. And as they scale, the prices of the coins will become what, in my opinion, what you and I would both like them to be. Arcane sees gaming and streaming video and audio as a major use case for Lightning, with streaming companies such as Spotify and Netflix able to use the network. I know I read it twice, but let that sink in. Think about that for a minute, because there's huge user bases there that will bring new users to the Lightning network and other networks like it. Our estimate then equals no less than 364 trillion Lightning transactions per year. The research was conducted in collaboration with Bitcoin payments company OpenNode and highlights how the usage of the Lightning network has sharply increased since late last year. Now, El Salvador's adoption of Bitcoin on September 7th propelled the network even further. So it's Cointelegraph if you want to see the rest of the article. Building OnlyFans on blockchain is a huge untapped opportunity, Definity founder. So I think that the blockchain is going to be responsible for a lot of things that don't get along with the normal, typical internet, where growth might be stunned or modified or controlled. I think social media has a long way to go. I think something like OnlyFans has a long way to go onto the blockchain, meaning that there's a long road of progression that we've still yet to see or even really thought of how these existing portals will morph into blockchain, which will increase value and increase price. How to create an environmentally friendly coin. So environmentally friendly is big in the world, and it's big in the blockchain, and green energy is huge. It's a new emerging industry. So why is everyone talking about the environmental impact of cryptocurrencies? When Elon Musk reversed his plans to accept Bitcoin as payment for Tesla cars in March of this year, it made the world stand up and take notice of the environmental impact of the blockchain industry as a whole. The mining process used by Bitcoin and others requires great energy supplies, as it needs powerful machines to run at full tilt in order to process transactions. The level of computer processing power required leads to vast amounts of electricity used. This has led people to start talking about the overall environmental impact. And you have to remember, guys, Bitcoin, really the invention, the beginning of cryptocurrency was transactional. It's heavily vested in transactional activity and aimed towards, and is certainly in the beginning stages, the thought was replacing banks or overtaking or becoming superior to them and other payment processes. And we are getting much closer to that. And you need to keep that in mind with, I'll say it for a third time in this video because it's worth mentioning over and over, TRON already at 5 times the processing of PayPal. How do cryptocurrencies damage the environment in the first place? Sustainability continues to be a key concern. When discussing the future of cryptocurrencies, it has been flagged that some of the largest cryptocurrencies today require vast amounts of energy consumption. Blockchain mining involved in verifying transactions turns out to be damaging to the environment. With server farms now growing in size and spreading across the world, we are seeing an increase in environmental concerns. However, with growing innovations, alternative enterprise solutions are emerging that can help cut down on the energy usage involved. Of course, because where there's money, there's more money, in the sense that change is forced, because when growth is observed and then the growth is threatened or can be shunned or stunned, not shunned really, but stunned, innovation picks it up a notch, because quite frankly, greed is a big driving factor, and the deep pockets push the innovation faster, and they want to see the growth. Proof of work moving towards proof of stake. Many of the newer blockchains are opting to use proof of stake POS systems rather than proof of work. Proof of work is where inefficient cryptography problem solving takes place and is ultimately dependent on energy. In contrast, users involved in proof of stake are validators, not miners. This way, they are adding to the blockchain by putting at stake large amounts of cryptocurrency. In this sense, it removes the necessity of competition between miners, saving energy and also enabling the blockchain to work through each transaction more efficiently. And that's another big growth factor here, is the green crypto. Bitcoin eyes big 58K resistance as new data shows hodlers acting opposite to Q1. Buying the dip, 53,000 is logical. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView tracked BTC USD as it came off 4-month highs at 56,000. The area near 58,000, which has proved a sticking point for bulls earlier in the year, returned to haunt them on the day, something which has not come as a shock to analysts. Not surprising to see 56 to 58 area providing some resistance, and there is a good amount of overhead supply there from earlier this year. Well, I do think that, as I've been saying, and again, listen, I'm bullish on BTC. I'd like to see it go to $500,000 by the end of the year. I just don't think it's going to really sustainably hold the trading range of more than 30 to 45K for any long period of time. But I hope I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. Crypto and pension funds like oil and water, or maybe not. So this would be interesting. Cointelegraph, like I mentioned, imagine pensions get involved. And we got Magic Internet Money races past $1 billion, sets sights on maker DAO. Yes, I like to mess with names and pronunciations. Sue me. Thanks for watching. Hope this finds you healthy as usual. See you on the next one.